Hello again, and this is MEET.ONE BP series, and right now we have InfinityBloc on our call, and we have two participants. One is Jerry, and another is Justin. Hello, guys.
Hey, how you doing, Dimitri?
Everything
Hi,
is good.
Dimitri.
Hello,
Yeah,
Jerry.
great
Uh,
to be.
so, where are you located right now, guys? Where are you situated?
I'm based out in Oakland, and Jerry, you're in the Bay Area also.
Yeah, I'm in Hayward, California.
So, you're both in US right now, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool. The question is number one: why your block producer is called InfinityBloc?
Sure, I can start with that. So basically, infinity represents kind of the infinite potential of blockchain and DAX and decentralization, all the things that we're doing on these EOS.IO networks. And block is the BLOC representation, which is, the people, kind of a group with a united cause. So we chose that name because going forward, we want to kind of even decentralize our organization and have multiple contributors all with a common cause, and also obviously the networks we're working on kind of are united DAX, like infinite blocks, as we like to call them.
So you mean in the future it can be in infinite amount of the blocks, uncountable blocks, which is going like a small DEXs in the future, more and more and more around the world.
Exactly. It's got a bit of a double meaning there, like, because it sounds like block, as in BLOCK, the blocks that Jerry is producing as our tech person, and also obviously block as in like DAX and united people.
Pretty nice, pretty nice. Guys, can I hear more about your team? How many people in your team? Who is responsible for what things?
Definitely. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're kind of a very small team at the moment. At the moment, it's just myself and Jerry, and I'm sort of like the product manager, business developer, marketing. I'm a bit like yourself, Dimitri, I think. And Jerry handles all the technical side of things, running the nodes, upgrades, all that sort of stuff. He's got a lot of experience in that area.
I can imagine. I can imagine. We just talked a little bit before the call started,
Oh,
and he said
okay.
that he has big experience in traveling around the world. His job was bounded to this. So yeah, uh, would like to know about what are you doing right now, guys? What your past, what you did before, and like your experience.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're working on
Can
EOS
I
World
repeat?
Expo.
Uh,
I
one more
think
time.
the EOS World Expo. It's basically we're kind of inviting the world to come to San Francisco Bay Area uh, to check out some of the apps that are deploying on EOS.IO or already deployed. For us, we feel like you know the thing that is needed most now is to show the common people like what is available, because there's so many cool apps now, like, and you really just have to get your hands on them. So we want to create sort of an Apple store vibe where there's devices and then there's the development teams behind them, you know allowing users to try out the dapps that are there, and also talk to the developers about what they're doing, and really just understand what we're this big movement that we're all behind. So yeah.
When the expo will be? When the Expo will happen?
April 13, so in like 4 or 5 weeks, I think four and a bit weeks now. We'd love for you to come.
Yeah, but for me, it's will pretty tough to make both
Definitely.
events.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm planning to come to the Tulip conference, but not sure yet. So still need to work out it.
Definitely.
Um,
We'll definitely hang
so
out there.
Justin, I saw you before you made an Infinity Block. It's pretty new project right now, right?
Yeah,
So you have been
relatively new.
involved in other things. Can you tell more things about what you did before?
Well, I was working with Blocksmith previously. I'm still, we still collaborate quite a lot with Blocksmith, including on events like EOS World Expo, as well as some of the other block producers in the Bay Area. But yeah, I sort of started working with teams like Blocksmith and EOS Silicon Valley, getting them set up. And then we've sort of moved on to our new project here with InfinityBloc and concentrated more so on the sister chains to begin with. We're thinking about, we probably will be deploying an EOS node quite soon, but we really wanted to help put some healthy competition in the space first. And actually, Jerry has a similar sort of background. He used to work with Blocksmith as well. So yeah, we've kind of spun off onto our own project here.
So even you leave Blocksmith, you keep good relationships with them, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Wow, nice. That's cool. Jerry, a couple words about your background, please.
Well, Blocksmith invited me in to get their block producer actually working back in April of last year. And it took me about a week to learn the software. And I've been up and running and helping everybody else since then. So I helped launch EOS, and then Blocksmith and I kind of parted ways, but I kept them running while they got their other guy up to speed. And then I moved on to Telos, and so I was on the launch group for the 6 months to build the Telos network, and I was one of the appointed block producers to launch Telos. And then Justin is keeping me hopping with other sister chains and side chains. He says, oh, we need a server here. Okay, no problem.
No problem.
Jerry's quite amazing. He can spin up nodes like faster than I've seen anyone.
Wow, this is a question of experience. I can see here is an experienced person who know what to do. Jerry, a question about infrastructure. Can you tell something about the nodes?
Well, we're running all of our block producer nodes on bare metal, and then we're using cloud for all of the seed nodes and the API nodes and everything else. So we have a mixture of cloud and bare metal.
Yeah, we like to stay quite flexible with our node arrangement. As we move forward, we envision probably we'll be moving on to our own hardware. It just makes logical sense as there's more kind of money going over the system, more value transferring, and also from a cost standpoint as well. But for now, it makes sense to be able to chop and change depending on the needs of each individual network. So we have like a very flexible arrangement, but we still like to reach like top performance. We have 1.2 ms average CPU response time, or CPU execution time, sorry.
Yeah, 1.2 to 1.4.
Yeah,
it's really nice, really competitive.
Not as good as Attic Lab probably, but in there around 1. And
need to ask Attic Lab what they hiding over there. How are they doing that?
I'm pretty sure Jerry can match that or beat that. It's just
given enough money.
Yeah,
I can do anything.
It's just a question of money. So keep us up the top of MEET.ONE, and we'll put the best bare metal nodes you've ever seen.
We're a very small, self-funded blockchain team, so we have to watch, the performance versus the cost, and we try and get the best we can for the price.
Right, I understand this. You always need to understand what kind of incentives you get in back, so you can fit your service to this.
And so we do business, because like the worst thing that any BP can do is close down shop. So it's better to provide kind of
Average.
service or excellent service as opposed to like the best service if it means you staying in business and continuing to offer your nodes to the community, I think. So you got to be.
Let's say like this: amount of incentives depends from the price of the token, right? For
That's a
example,
huge.
if the price of the token, the chain you participate in, growing, will you update your hardware?
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right. So in such case, the network will be faster, and network will be improved and show the user that we are faster, because this. So this is a reasonable thing, right?
Definitely.
We will keep up.
That's cool. That's
And
what we need to hear. Yeah.
we always do above average. We actually we're running a proxy. We haven't deployed it to MEET.ONE yet, but it's called Rocket Blocks. And we run this type of proxy to encourage, all the block producers to get in line and get in under a certain performance level, like CPU execution time.
You are planning to have a proxy. What the name once again?
Rocket Blocks.
Rocket blocks. Rocket blocks. Yeah, launch rockets.
So we've already deployed that on Boss and Telos, but yeah, we'll be deploying it on MEET.ONE next.
Besides proxy, what is your plans, guys, for the future?
One of the things that we want to do is we want to deploy some kind of very simple arcade games with micropayments to play, and then like blockchain-based leaderboard systems, and add in maybe some NFTs and stuff like that. We want to like take advantage of some of the low-hanging fruit that's available out there, and it seems like no one is really going after that. Other than that, so we want to deploy that to networks like MEET.ONE, Boss, and Telos, to really act as that use case example. Sort of like, when you buy the latest PlayStation and there's like a demo disc and it gets you to try out all the different types of games. We want to sort of like help build some of that, some of those apps that show you what the network is capable of doing, basically. Because that's going to be
it's like a showcase of the blockchain in the gaming sphere.
Exactly.
So you aim in kind of like some not red ocean of the gambling games. You aim in some blue ocean. People don't do that, and some users can try it and to see how it works.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
All right. That's nice. We welcome, definitely. If you will have it, come to MEET.ONE. We'll list it on the wallet. We'll put it on our sidechain, and people will start playing that. That's cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But apart from that, we also we're super involved in the Bay Area in holding meetups. We hold joint meetups with Blocksmith and EOS San Francisco. We're all very involved in putting on events and really propagating EOS.io across Silicon Valley, where you've got like all these Googlers and Facebookers and people in Airbnb and Uber. And really our end goal is to reinvent what Airbnb and Uber are doing in a decentralized version, like a decentralized gig economy where you don't have a single counter.
How I see right now is sidechain is a ground. On the ground, you can grow our own garden of depths. So right now, MEET.ONE, we are looking for a big traditional internet projects which have their own users, big amount of users.
Definitely.
And we are welcome them to come and try to deal how to make their project on the blockchain. Not whole project, maybe like particularly, like it can be hybrid project. Like the engine of the game can be on a normal servers, but for example, monetization or economy can made on the blockchain. Or they are saving accounts. For example, you play in some game and you're making savings. Your savings can be on the blockchain, so it will never be lost. So this kind of things and solution we are looking for. And if you guys have some connections and people looking for migrate from another blockchain, for example, from Ethereum, or they have a traditional internet project, they can come to us and we'll help them.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we really appreciate the cooperation with the other teams, because you cannot do everything by yourself. You need another teams to work with, to cooperate with the whole globe. And this is the main purpose of these calls. So I want to show to the users and to the stakeholders what kind of teams participate in our network and what they're willing to do, what is their plans. Also we will translate this. For example, you said you're telling us some stories. We'll translate into Chinese and put in our articles in here in Asia, and so the Asian region can see it. This is really important to share these things, because we are one of bound all teams together and show who we are. And also another teams can see this video and check with whom they're working with. So it's really cool, I think, to have kind of these calls.
Definitely.
And the last thing I would like to ask you guys, what do you wish to the MEET.ONE users and why they need to vote for InfinityBloc?
What do we wish for them? We wish them the best, obviously. We want them to be happy. I encourage everyone to get involved in MEET.ONE, in EOS.io, in really exploring what it can do, building your own apps. Like, it's just such an exciting area. I think the more involved you can be, the better. Obviously, voting is really important as well. I think each chain is a DAC in itself, and really we're going to get the most out of these chains by getting the most involvement from the users. Like, it's really everyone's part to actually vote and vote on proposals if it's a chain that has that type of thing. Just get involved, whatever it is, whether it's building or staking or, you know, investing, whatever it is, just get involved. I think the reason, you know, people should vote for InfinityBloc is because, you know, we're doing all the things that are going to help get this technology propagating into the mainstream. We're trying to get, you know, some of these companies in Silicon Valley to start taking on and adding a tokenomic layer to their application.
That's what we're looking for. Yeah, right.
And I think some of those people have the best product minds in the world. So if you can take a technology like EOS.io and then mix it with like the business nous of a Facebook or a Google, then you're going to get like some real mainstream explosion of users, basically. So that's one big reason. We got like a bunch of different projects that are going to bring MEET.ONE and other chains to the forefront. We're working with ORChain, with the ORID solution. So you log in with one login for multiple EOS.io and Ethereum and other blockchains, all with one ID. That's the kind of thing that's going to bring a lot of mainstream adoption. We're doing an incubator called Incubios out at Starfish Mission in San Francisco. There we're going to help get dApps funded. So we're doing a lot of things, and they're all going to help to bring mainstream adoption.
That's really nice. I would like to hear more. We can maybe set up some meeting together and talk about this more. And really cool. Really wish to know what is on the other side of the ocean. You guys,
definitely.
We need to go there, and we'll definitely need to meet.
Come on over anytime.
And here's one thing that you won't have to translate. Ni hao ma.
You have to translate it to me, though.
Cool. All right, guys. Need to finish. Want to keep tight with the time so people do not watch the long videos. Thank you for talking. Thank you for being on the call, both of you. And I wish you the best. And I wish you really good progress in things and in your plans, what you are planning to do. And
cheers.
Keep in touch, and let's produce blogs and build a blockchain together. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks for the opportunity to share with you.
Vote InfinityBloc.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
Goodbye.